the bow, a frisson of unease running up his spine. Was this Paco character sampling the goods? If so, the boss sure as hell wouldn't be happy to hear it. Using their own product broke a cardinal rule, and guys who broke code met a violent end. All Paco could think of was putting the boat on a beach, somehow getting away from Nacho long enough for a fix. His last. There was enough stuff in his pocket to get him through this day and back to camp. Then he'd quit for good. Shifting the engine into gear, he sped northward, until as they neared an island, he changed direction so suddenly he nearly launched Nacho overboard. Nacho, catching himself before flying ass over tea-kettle into the sea, or worse, cracking a rib against the side of the boat, shot a dark look backward that wiped the smirk from Paco's face. Paco gulped and yelled, "Sorry, man. Gotta piss." Recognizing all the signs now, realizing he had a tweaking cranker on his hands, Nacho didn't challenge Paco. Not here. Not now. He knew from experience how to handle a tweaker. He'd keep his distance, slow his speech, keep Paco talking, and for God's sake not piss him off. "Okay by me," he yelled over the engine noise. "Then you can show me how to drive this boat. I'd like to try it out if you don't mind." Paco's eyes narrowed. Then he shrugged. "Sure, no problem, hermano." Looking past Nacho at the looming anchorage ahead, his blood raced with a burst of murderous exhilaration. Glancing into the fish well behind him, making certain his razor-sharp machete was handy, he repressed an hysterical giggle and thought, "Now I'll show homeboy how it's done down here. Just like your friendly neighborhood AM/PM mini-mart, hermano. One-stop shopping. A hit, a piss, and a full gas tank. All for the taking." He increased their speed. Chapter 1. John Steinbeck was a sissy. Jinx gave me a look from under his golf cap brim, smiled a tolerant smile at this outrageous challenge of the legendary author's manliness, and went back to varnishing my rails. Well, not my rails, my boat's rails. Not one to accept mere tolerance, I shook my book at him. He writes here in his log from the Sea of Cortez that the Sea of Cortez is a dangerous body of water and is prone to sudden and violent storms. Waggling my fingers at the calm cove we were anchored in, I vamped, "Ooh, I'm scared. Save me, my hero." "Sorry, Hetta, I have to finish this varnish. It's drying as fast as it hits the teak. I'll save you later. For the record, though, we've only been here 3 weeks, and I'm sure Steinbeck wrote from experience. A totally different experience than we've had so far." "You think?" I launched myself from the step I was perched on and padded through a side door leading into the main salon and galley. I made us both an iced tea and returned to the sun deck. The fiberglass was a tad toasty on my bare soles, so I did a tiptoed quick-step into the shade. Jenks noticed and teased, "Cool moves, Red. The Texas tenderfoot two-step." "Watch it, Yankee boy." He ignored my warning and went back to his bright work. That's nautical speak for making wood bright with varnish, thereby ignoring my precious self. So I rose and threw back over my shoulder, "I shall retire to the veranda, and I'm taking your tea with me as hostage. Make you work faster." I sashayed up 3 steps to the covered aft deck and sank into the soft cushions of a patio chair. Taking a sip of tea, I let loose with a deep, contented sigh. The air and water temperatures matched at 75, and Jenks was here with me on this nearly perfect fall day in paradise. I was as happy as a puppy in tall grass. Anchored at San Francisco Island, an uninhabited piece of nirvana north of La Paz, we were suspended on glassy, colorless water that was also mysteriously a stunning turquoise. Behind us lay a pearly crescent of beach, bordered with lava rock and cactus. Beyond that, barren hills jutted into an almost impossibly blue backdrop. A true-to-life painting of the scene would look artificial, garish. In reality, the diorama was